Hello everyone and welcome to a new season of URL-GT3 Racing. Our season opener will take place in Albert Park, the Melbourne Formula 1 circuit. And let's jump right into it. Qualifying results. Bone dry conditions and Mikko Korkiakowski took pole with 4/10 in front of Reinhard Berger. Usual suspects at the top as well, Tony Ukic and Peter Bakus, the team's championship winners from last season. Michal Klisch right in between them. Nikola Simic in 6th position. Further down the field we have Evgeny Leonov and Philippe Poupard in 20th. Those are new drivers, their first race, so good luck to them. And if I'm not mistaken, we have Anze Rast taking the pole position in the AM Cup. So let's jump right into the race and see what happened. So let's have a look at the start of the race. Mikko Korkiakowski on pole and the lights go green. Berger has a good start. Also the two McLarens behind have a good start. But Mikko keeps it in front. Ideal braking point and a collision of the two teammates. Big drama there into turn 1. We'll see later who comes out where. But real shame for these two teammates. Michal Klisch closely followed by Ruan Joubert for 3rd and 4th. Going into turn 2. And then it's Alex Funnell and Evgeny Leonov, who had a good start. Qualified further down, so he gained some positions in that start. Manuel Liguori in 7th and Anze Rast the first in the AM Cup at the moment, followed by Peter Bakus. Now up the inside goes Peter, so he takes P8 from him. Nice train of cars here, and it's Tony Ukic versus Jovica Dudukovic for P12, closely followed by Philippe Poupard. And Tony takes the position. So incident in turn 1, but gaining some positions already back on the first lap. Alex Funnell was there on the inside, and the yellow Porsche is driven by Florian Kut, so he came out worse. He's in last position at the moment. Alex Funnell now having a look at the inside of Philippe Poupard, and he will go through. And a small tap from Sando Donadel to Miguel Santiago Carao, which mixes up the order again. So Tony Ukic up to P11, gaining from that, and a big look from Alex Scott. Philippe Poupard taps Jovica, and Alex Scott gets into P10. Very hectic first lap, and starting the second lap it's Peter Bakus completely leaving Manlio behind on the straight, passing him like it's nothing, but overshooting his braking mark, going onto the grass and losing out to Manlio, and it seems also to Greg. Yes, he loses 2 positions. That's unfortunate for him. Here is Sando Donadel following Florian Kutz, Olivier Duplessis and Miguel Santiago Carao. Let's see what happens here. Florian has a look. And will he be able to make the pass? No. Olivier cuts back in front and very close here from Sando. Yeah, has some good pace here in the Mercedes SLS. Let's see where he ends up. Looking back from Greg Metcalf, this is Peter Bakus. Behind we have Anze Rast and Tony Ukic, and Peter wants that P8 from Greg, but not yet, says Greg. Coming into the last turn, hitting the apex and then onto the start-finish straight. And Greg has some serious speed here on the straight. There's no way Peter can get close to him. No, he will have to stay behind. Tony Ukic, meanwhile, P11. As we saw, he's behind Anze Rast. In front we see the little battle between Peter Bakus and Greg Metcalf. Well, we don't see anything. Tony is so close, and he goes around the outside to take P10 from Anze. So good recovery drive for Tony, and he ends up behind these four guys. That's his teammate Peter Bakus. He's passing Greg Metcalf, or at least trying. It's 5 guys actually. So slide from Greg, and Tony barely avoids him. Now he will have lost some speed on the straight. He'll not be able to make a move here in the fast chicane, I think. So a 6-way battle. Tony Ukic, Greg Metcalf, Peter Bakus. And in front it's Manuel Liguori, Alex Funnel, and as well Evgeny Leonov. So meanwhile Tony Ukic gets past. Great last minute move by Tony to take P9. Evgeny Leonov has a good start, and he's in front. Well, he isn't anymore. Alex Funnel got past him, but this is a great battle to watch, and we'll stay with this battle. Peter Bakus slightly going off track. And also Manlio now has to look in both mirrors to see where the McLarens are. He's Leonov making a small mistake, losing out, and he will go from the front of this pack to the back, unfortunately, followed by Greg Metcalf. He's just behind him. So now Tony Ukic and Peter Bakus, they will go side by side again into turn 1, just as in the first lap. Let's hope they understand each other a little bit better now. Peter Bakus overshoots the corner, and it's Tony who goes through. Peter had a bit of a slide, let's see. Now he will lose the position again to Evgeny, I think. Here they are, a couple of turns later, next lap. And it's Peter taking that position again, and Evgeny loses out a bit of speed, and Greg goes through as well for P9. Now it's Alex Funnel at the front of this group. Bit of a lock-up for Tony. Shows Manlio is there, and I'm sure Manlio is aware. Let's see if Tony can go to the top of this group. He seems to have the pace. He got rolled back by the first lap incident with his teammate, so going for the inside. Manlio stays with him, sticks it around the outside, a small tap from both sides, and Tony will have to try again, which he will do 1 lap later here. Coming up to the fast chicane here at the end of this full throttle section. Tony Ukic will have to look out for his teammate as well. He's right behind him, so it's really looking forwards and looking backwards all the time. Alex Funnel goes a little bit onto the grass, and immediately Manlio goes through to the front of the pack, so almost all the drivers led this pack, except for 2 McLarens here and Greg. But that shows how close it is. Again, Peter and Tony side by side on the straight. again Peter locking up the inside wheels during braking. Now he gets through the corner cleanly. This is great driving, folks. Several laps battling and some small contacts, but nothing major. Very fair. This is what we're here for, so nice to see that in the first round, after a bit of a scruffy lap for most of the drivers, everyone is back on track to get some good racing going here at URL. The teammates are not really giving each other a lot of room here, so luckily they are the team's champions. They actually have everything to lose, but let's see, Tony here is on the inside and he goes through. Now can he make a move? He moves up. One or two laps later, moves up to Alex Funnel. They're side by side, a small door banging, and again. So this will put Tony in 6th, I think, unless Alex Funnel gets up the inside here. No, he doesn't, so P6 for Tony Ukic now. Mikko Korkiakoski, he's in 1st. We had a good start and could gap the field a little bit. Reinhard Berger is behind him in 2nd. The gap is not too small, and a small mistake here from Reinhard, so Mikko has a uneventful race. Michal Klisch in 3rd, so that stayed the same after the start. Rohan Joubert as well in 4th position. They have quiet races, but they have to keep the lap times down. Manuel Liguori, Tony Ukic, Peter Bakus, Greg Metcalf, Alex Scott. That's the battle we saw. Alex fell back a bit. Then Evgeny Leonov, Alex Funnel. Here he fell back, sorry. It's Alex Scott who moved up a bit. Hanse Rast making a mistake. He's the first one of the AM runners now. Miguel Santiago Carao, 13. Florian Kutz in 14th. Sando Donadel, 15th position. Philippe Poupard, newcomer, 16th. Jovica Dudukovic in 17th. And Olivier Duplessis in P18. Fabio Bartolai unfortunately didn't make it to the grid, and also in the back, or for the lower positions, there are battles. Jovica here passing Philippe Poupard for P16, sorry. And Jovica was on a roll. First is Sando Donadel. He has a slide, and this will impact the race heavily, as here is front runner, first place man Mikko Korkiakoski, with a collision with him, and unfortunately he lost his first position. We're now past the pit stops. Sorry, I didn't have any footage of that. Past the pit stops. Reinhard Berger didn't take new tires, so Mikko got out behind him after that crash, and he closed the gap down very quickly with new tires. It's very quick, and he will retake his first position, so he will be very happy after the that crash with Jovica. It was very unfortunate to retake his first position. And on track for a new win here at Melbourne and the season opener of the GT3 Championship. Reinhard, not much he can do on worn tires, so he will have to settle for P2 for the moment. Let's hope there is no more drama for Mikko, or that Berger passes him cleanly. Coming up to the last 10 minutes of the race. It's a battle like we saw in the first stint, but now it's between Miguel Santiago Carao, his teammate Manuel Liguori, who will come into the picture right now, In front is Alex Scott, and all the way at the front is Greg Metcalf. Just as his teammate Reinhard Berger, he didn't pit for tires, he only took fuel. So he has worn tires and he's making his car as broad as possible to not let by these guys. This actually allowed Miguel to close the gap to these drivers. So this battle has been going on for a couple of laps. Very fair racing again. Everyone going to the inside, now back to the ideal line. Very clean. Alex is side by side. No, he passed Greg now, so he's passed Greg finally. Coming up to turn 2. Hard braking here. And again, 2 teammates here involved. And unfortunately, Manlio, he hits Greg, and Miguel takes P6. Alex Scott goes on with P5. And this is the end, guys. Mikko Korkiakoski. We saw him passing Reinhard Berger on worn tires, and he will take the win. Congratulations to Mikko for a very dominant win. You will see later his fastest lap was a lot quicker than the rest of the field, so a well-deserved win for him. Reinhard Berger will finish in second, so no major drama for him. Double stinted his tires again. Michal Klisch in third, Ruan Joubert in fourth. Uneventful race for these 2 guys, as I said. And then it's P5 Alex Scott and P6 Miguel Santiago Carao. That's the battle we saw, and the positions will not change. Greg Metcalf and Manlio Liguori. Manlio hit Greg, we saw that. He let Greg pass again, but on the last lap you don't have to give up, so we'll stay with this battle and see what happens to round up the final lap of this very good first race of the URL-GT3 Championship. Manlio is looking very quick, and well, he has a couple of corners to go to make a move on Greg through the fast chicane, end of sector 2, so only 1 sector to go for these 2. 60-minute race, 31 laps we have completed. And Manlio taking a late apex, going to the outside here, and he brakes late, goes around the outside of Greg. Can he keep it on the track? Yes, he can, so he takes P7 from Greg. He will be a bit gutted about that, but that's racing. Going hard until the end, so Greg Metcalf in 8th. Vlug en Kuts, after a bad start, made it up to P9. Good result for him in the end as well. Peter Bakus finished in 10th. He had some pit stop problems with his crew. Unfortunately, Olivier Duplessis in 11th. Sando Donadel in 12th. He took the win in the AM Cup. Anze Rast finished in 13th. Evgeny Leonov 14th position. Philippe Poupard in 15th, coming into the pits already. Jovica Dudukovic in 16th position. And this was the finish of Olivier. Unfortunately, he ran out of fuel, so he was going very slowly here on the straight. But he managed to finish just in front of Sando Donadel. He took P12, as we saw already. So let's have a look at the race results. Mikko Korkiakoski taking the win, 13 seconds in front of Reinhard Berger, and as I said, look at that fastest lap, 2 seconds almost quicker than anyone else. So that's very, very impressive. At the back, Nicola Simic, Fabio Bartolai didn't make it to the starting grid. Sando Donadel, followed by Anze Rast, was the 1-2 in the AM Cup, followed by Philippe Poupard in the AM Cup as well to round up the podium. And that's it, folks. Very nice race from everyone, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Then we will have the second round of the GT1 Championship. We're going to the GTR2 Stock Track Dubai, and let's see what the success ballast does to the grids and the final positions at Dubai. See you next week, and thanks for watching.